Without objection, the chair is authorized to declare recess at any time. We welcome everyone to today's hearing on oversight of the Drug Enforcement Administration. I will now recognize myself for an opening statement. I welcome to today's hearing everyone that's here. Glad to have you here. The DEA is the federal agency responsible with implementing and enforcing the provisions of the Controlled Substances Act. The CSA regulates the manufacture, possession, use, importation, and distribution of certain drugs, substances, and precursor chemicals. The DEA is also responsible for investigating both domestic and international criminal organizations that seek to move illicit drugs into the United States. I think there's one that many of us are concerned with, and that is the transnational narco-terrorist cartels that control much of our border. All of this is to say that DEA has a very important function. Unfortunately, last year, nearly 110,000 Americans died of drug overdose deaths. Overdose has become the leading cause of death in Americans aged 18 to 45. I've met with DEA agents and visited and received briefings in a number of offices around the United States. I appreciate what DEA agents do. I respect the danger that they put themselves into in order to enforce our laws. I unfortunately have to raise a couple of uncomfortable issues today with our witness, Director Milgram, Ann Milgram. It has been alleged that there have been no-bid contracts to her friends and pharmaceutical company consultants and lobbyists. These questionable actions have been chronicled in a series of reports from the Associated Press. A little over 3 months ago, it was reported that the Department of Justice's Office of Inspector General began investigating whether Administrator Milgram misused DEA funds by improperly awarding no-bid contracts to hire past colleagues and other associates. According to oversight conducted by Senator Chuck Grassley, multiple whistleblowers have come forward with credible allegations of irregular hiring and contracting practices at the DEA, and these no-bid contracts totaling more than $4.7 million were allegedly used for strategic planning and communication. We will continue to follow and watch those investigations with interest and their outcome, and we hope those will be resolved soon. I do point out that the left-leaning Project on Government Oversight commented on these contracts saying, quote, "Some of these deals look very swampy. Contracts should never be awarded based on who you know," close quote. And it has been reported that the DOJ OIG is also investigating $1.4 million that the DEA paid to two individuals in a sole source contract to conduct a review of the Department's oversight of foreign operations. Again, we will watch and wait for the outcomes of those investigations, and we will continue to engage in oversight. While we are here, it's important to know that we've received information from the OIG that the, quote, "OIG does not object to the Department or any Department personnel being fully responsive to any questions that may be asked during your hearing," meaning this hearing today. The OIG cannot account for any bases independent of the OIG that the Department or a Department official may have for not responding, but any such description should not be on account of concerns or objections from the OIG. One of our biggest national security threats is the control of our southern border by transnational narco-terrorist cartels. The DEA has an incredibly important task and role in halting the scourge of fentanyl that is pouring into the country. I am concerned that the head of DEA has these investigations going on, but I await, without unnecessary bias, the outcomes of those investigations. And I anticipate that most of today's questioning will center on fentanyl because it touches every district in the country, and what DEA is doing to fight the Mexican narco-terrorist cartels and China's role in providing precursor chemicals to manufacture these very dangerous drugs. We will continue to watch and wait the outcomes of the investigations of the allegations of irregular hiring and contract practices, and we look forward to your testimony today and Director Milgram being fully responsive to the subcommittee members' questions. And with that, I'm going to yield and recognize the ranking member from Texas, Ms. Jackson Lee.